Now, if you know anything about Oxygen Builder, chances are you know that advanced custom fields and Oxygen are designed to fit seamlessly together and work perfectly. Maybe you've seen some of the tutorials on the Oxygen site, but you're still not sure what this looks like on a client project. Well, if you want to check out something that I do, pretty standard on almost every client site to allow customers to update their own images, for example, in the headers, and a few other things. What I'm going to do is run through setting up advanced custom fields, connecting that with Oxygen, and then what the experience is like for the client when they go to do the updates. If that sounds good, stick around because I'm about to jump in. Okay, before we get started, let's have a quick look at where we're at and what we're going to try and achieve. So I've got a pretty basic site set up here. I've just got like the home page, a couple of projects and stuff, the header and footer, navigation. So these pages here, and this is just a small example site. So what we've got here is just some pages. The content here is just added with Gutenberg, and I'm probably going to do some a tutorial on working with Gutenberg properly with Oxygen and doing some custom Gutenberg blocks. So you can see here that really all that's changing here on these pages is this header here, which is being grabbed from the page title itself. So pretty standard stuff, got a contact page, etc. So what we want to be able to do is change this sort of little thing here. It's not really a tagline, but that's what we've got on the home page. So we're going to change this so it's something custom for each page. We're going to use that as a H3, and this is actually still the H1. And what we're also going to do is make it so we can change this background image. All right, so let's get in and have a look at advanced custom fields. So I'm going to go in here. I'll go to field groups. I've already got something set up for projects, which is a custom post type. But what we're going to do is going to create a new advanced custom field. And I'm using the Advanced Custom Field Pro, but this is something, we're not using anything special here. It's something you can do with the free version of Advanced Custom Fields. So you don't need to go out and buy this if you don't have it, but it is a great tool to have in your arsenal. So I use this on pretty much all projects. Anyway, let's get stuck in. We're going to give this a group, and we're going to add a couple of things to this. So we're going to call this a custom headers. And what we're going to do in here is add a field, and that first field will be header text, and that's all you need to have in here. And you'll see when you sort of tab across that it fills out the field name, but we'll just be able to grab this from header text. So I want this to actually be a WYSIWYG editor. That's purely because I want the client to be able to put in the bold tags. Here, if you look at this, we've got bold on these, and it actually changes the color, etc. So if you were just going to do straight text, for example, you could just leave this as a basic text input, but I'm going to go to the WYSIWYG editor and just teach the client how to actually update that properly. All right, so I don't need to put anything special in there. I can just go to add the next field, and we're going to make this one, say, header image. And again, we click tab, and it will fill this out automatically. And that it does that specifically because it doesn't want any capital letters and spaces. So what it actually puts in here, you can customize that if you want to, but it really is trying to do the best practice there. So I like to leave that as default once you put in your field label. Again, we're going to select a field type, and we just want to select image here. And we can leave this as array. And we'll go down here. Now we want to show the location for this, and really what I want this to be is to be shown when this is on a page. So the post type is equal to page, and I'm going to click another one so you can say and. You can add rules to this when the page is not equal to the home page, because there's no point adding these things to the home page because that's fixed in the actual homepage design, and maybe that's going to be changed with a slider, but for now we don't need that homepage to have the ability for that to be edited. All right, so that's all we need to do with the custom fields. So we click publish, and that's done. That's all saved. All right, now if we go into the inside template, which is what's controlling this, I haven't got a separate sort of micro template for the headers. I've just got a template for the whole thing. So I'm going to click Edit with Oxygen and let that load. And what we'll find is that we want to, I'm going to close this tab now, hang on. We want to be able to change this text here and add the photo here. So we're going to find this text field, and here we go. So this is actually just previewing the custom Gutenberg block that I've made, which I'll show at another time. But with this, we've already got that added, and you can, if you want to, go add and put in, say, a new text box, for example. But if you already have something in there and you're trying to put back, you know, some advanced custom field stuff in there afterwards, what we can do is select that text here and go Insert Data. And along this top here, you can add stuff here like the title, the content, etc. What we want to go to is Advanced Custom Field. And you can see these are some of the other things that I've got in there from before. And I did mention that I have some stuff set up for the custom post type of projects. And we know that we're after header text here. So we click header text, and it's going to look ugly, and that's okay. We just know that that's right. And it's the same with this here. If you look at this, this has actually got a, if I go Insert Data, it's actually grabbing the post title. So we're doing the same sort of thing here. Now, if you wanted to add that in manually from the scratch and put that somewhere else, for example, you'll just go add, say, text, and then you're doing the same thing. You're just basically going to add that the source, you're inserting the data from the same thing, Advanced Custom Fields. I don't need that one though, so let's undo that. All done. So that's the actual field. Once I start populating that stuff, it will fill in. And now we want to go look at the header image. So we'll find the structure here and find where this header is. It's on the section. So if I go to Advanced, Background, you can see here I've got a direct link to this background image. And we'll do the same thing as before. We'll just go to Data, and we'll go to Advanced Custom Fields. We'll go to Header Image, and we'll say that the size, we want that to be the original. Go Insert. And now, of course, that's not going to work just like this because there is no data there. So I'll just show you what happens. If I click Save now, and we refresh, yep, all of this stuff is broken and essentially not working, which ideally in an ideal situation, you'd be setting this stuff up first. But this isn't a live site, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we've got that done. The client can update this stuff themselves. So let's have a quick look at what the client actually sees. Now, unlike us, who, you know, as the developers, we're going to see Oxygen, we might not want our clients to see the actual Oxygen editor. It might be too overwhelming for them. And so let's go to Pages. And if we look at something like About Us, and we go Edit, you can see here that there is no Oxygen builder for them. And what they're given down here at the bottom is a little bit of custom fields, which they can minimize or open. And it's, you know, similar to some of the SEO tools like Yoast or whatever that have their own little tab here. So how we created our own field group, if you have multiple field groups here, they'll actually add in their own sort of tab there like that you can open up. So I've already added the images, I've already uploaded them, so I'm sure you don't need to see how images are uploaded, but let's go into the header images here. We'll go to Media Library and we'll find the header images. And we'll select one of these. So this can be the About, for example. And I've got this text here. So Designing Hopes, Delivering Dreams. And again, paste that in. Want to make this one bold and this one bold. And if we go Update, and now on this, on the About Us page, we should see that all filled in. So that's perfect. The client can then go in and do that on all the pages. And again, I'll just move this so I can get to that text and do all of these pages quickly. So we'll go to our projects. I'll just open these in multiple tabs. So our projects, paste that in, make that one bold, make that one bold, and add our other header image. Select that one. Update. I can close that. Get this text here and just repeat the process. Bold, bold, header image. I'm sure you get the idea. Nearly done though. I'll do the last one. And with the contact page. Oh. And that final header image. Select, update. And now if we view these, you can see they're all done and working exactly how we wanted them to, which is looking much better. And there we go with the basics of getting advanced custom fields working with Oxygen. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like or a comment. If you're really keen, subscribe to get notifications on any future Oxygen or web design based content. All right, see you next time.